Hi everyone, my name is Thalia and I'll be talking about the first episode of Saikano. Like I said in my previous review of episode 0, this episode wasn't going to be like episode 0, like it wasn't going to be fan service and that level of comedy, it wasn't like that at all, and there is romance in it because that is how the real series is. So we actually saw the first real episode of the series. I do have to say, like, for episode 0, I kind of wish they would have left that for like when we were like half through the series, just for like an extra episode, or maybe for when the series has ended, but they didn't do that, and I'm not gonna say it's a mistake, but it kind of gives people like the wrong impression of the series. There were quite a lot of people who thought that this first episode would be exact the same like this episode 0, and it's not at all. So I can see why some people will probably be disappointed that it's not like that, and maybe some other people will not give the real series a chance because of episode 0, because they will think it will be like that the whole time. So it's kind of a shame, but I do still recommend people to watch episode 1 because I really liked the episode. I thought it was awesome. I love all of the characters, and this is clearly gonna be a harem, but it's I don't know, I think it's gonna be a very fun one because it also has all of those otaku elements, and there were a lot of references to like anime and manga and light novels and all that, since they are going to create a dating sim game which is gonna be very interesting, I think, especially with those characters, because we have like the one girl who is kind of quiet and tired all the time from working too much probably, and she is called Utaha, and I really like her so far as the girl with the long black hair, and I think she's wonderful. I like how she responds to other people like in a very dry way, and she's funny as well. So yeah, I like Utaha already. Then we have the tsundere character, pretty tsundere, and she kind of looks like Dekomori from Chunibyo, especially when she was doing like that attack to the main character with her pigtails. I was like, this is Dekomori all over again, but slightly different, I guess. But she's called Eri, and she's like half Japanese, half English. I don't know if it was American or British, but yeah, she's a mix of the two, and she's interesting so far as well, but she's not one of those tsundere characters that annoys me so far, but I don't think that will happen either. Tsundere characters rarely disappoint me or something, like I usually really like them, but there's sometimes that I'm like, this is a bit too much and it's a bit annoying for the series, but I think this one is gonna be funny as well because I also like her reactions, especially like the connection between Utaha and Eri. I like those because they're like rivals kind of, and they are both pretty popular in the school, but they are also popular like outside of the school in a otaku way, I can say, because one of them, I think she makes doujinshi, and the other one is a writer, like manga writer or something. But it's pretty interesting just because their lives at school are very different from their lives when they are at home and not at school. But no one knows about their anime lives, like no one knows that they are really interested in this kind of stuff, except for our main character, who is called Aki. This guy is pretty special. I like him a lot. I like his character. I like how he just is his own. He's not ashamed at all that he likes anime this much, and manga and light novels, and that he does really want to make a game. And he also doesn't care that he really likes 2D girls. He doesn't really like real girls that much, and that point that he could fall in love with someone. But except for that other girl then that we saw in the beginning of the episode, the girl with the summer dress, she was introduced in this episode as well, and her name is Kato, but she didn't have any development at all in this episode, so that will be for later on. And also the question for this series is, will Aki actually fall in love with her or not? Because he is kind of using her as an inspiration for his game that he will be making. And the funny part was that he didn't realize that she has been in his class the whole time. I was face palming so hard, but then I was like, right, this guy likes 2D girls way more than real life girls, so it kind of makes sense that he doesn't really pay attention to the people in his class because he's been busy with like blogging and all that stuff and writing stuff down the whole time when he's in class. And you could kind of notice that he's like busy all the time. He's just he's focusing on what he wants to do, and when he's not busy with anime or manga or his blog, he's busy with working. He has 3 jobs, so I'm kind of wondering how he will pull this off to make a game when he is having 3 jobs. I mean, I'm kind of wondering how he will like split up his time, because I don't really see when he has free time because he's working after school and before school, so maybe he will have to quit a job or something. But then he won't have enough money to buy his like merchandise of everything. I don't know, I'm kind of wondering about that, although I shouldn't, but yeah, I kind of have questions about that. But yeah, so far I really like the characters. There's so far also one that we haven't seen yet. I mean, in episode 1, we saw her in the episode 0, and that is the cousin of the main character. So Hyodo is her name, and she's like the crazy cousin with the purple hair. I really wanted to see her in the first episode because I thought she was really funny. Apparently she will be busy with music, and she's maybe a musician, I'm not too sure. But I'm wondering when she will be introduced because I think she will be pretty funny. I'm kind of also wondering if she actually would have feelings for Aki, because I don't want to see that happening. I don't want any like cousin to love. Yeah, no, I don't want that to happen. I think for me that would kind of like not ruin the show, but like ruin kind of my mood of watching the show. I just don't like it when they do that. But yeah, those are questions, and also that was in episode 0, so I don't know if they will kind of adapt that to like the real series, if that will be the same or not. So I'm hoping not, and if that is the case, I do hope she realizes that it is wrong and that she just really likes him as a cousin or as a friend, because like I said, I just don't really feel comfortable watching that kind of stuff, but it could also be interesting in a way, I don't know, but still. So yeah, I really liked the episode. I'm looking forward to the second episode, and I'm really hoping a lot of people are going to check this one out, because I do think that the romance and just the bonding between the characters and the development will be pretty good in this series, because we've already had quite some development for the main character and the 2 girls in the first episode. We kind of know already how they are, and I'm just wondering that later on that will be more and more, which I think will happen, especially for Kato. It does really have to happen for her, because she's really bland at the moment, and I'm not sure if I will like her or not, because we didn't have any information at all. I do like how she responded to Aki at the end of the episode, but yeah, that's it. We can't really make anything out of it yet. And then at the end of the episode we also had like the 2 girls like Utaha and Eri like, oh man, we've been stood up, because he never went to like that classroom to meet up with them because he saw Kato. And I was like, oh god, this is gonna be pretty funny. I just really like the comedy so far, especially the comedy, to be honest, just how they are communicating with each other. So yeah, that is my review of the first episode of Saikano, or Saenai Heroine ... It's a long title, but I'll just call it Saikano. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to, you can still do that here or on my channel. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. Bye.